making use of the option buttons or the check boxes. Okay, so we've got check boxes, option buttons, but making use of those, actually making them valuable within your spreadsheet. So we've got a checkbox and its linked cell, okay, in this case is F18, and if it's selected it displays the value of true. If it's deselected it displays the value false, and we can use that in conjunction with an if statement, and again that's something you must include as part of your coursework, as part of your spreadsheet project. You must use an if statement, and this if statement says equals if S18, or in fact it's an absolute cell reference, so $S F18, if that is equal to true, so it's been selected, display the value 35. If not, okay, so we got comma, if not, it'll display the value 0. So an if statement that says if this has been selected, it will display the value true, okay, and that will then display the value of £35. If it's not selected, false, 0, and we can see that there. So simply click, displays 35, deselect. So you are going to need to use if statements within your practical work. So there's one easy way to include that. So select, okay, changes the value. Alright, and you can decide what those values are. So you will need some if statements. Option buttons. If you look at the option buttons we've got, we can see that they change whichever one is selected. Now, I'm going to suggest that you use a VLOOKUP. So if you've used option buttons, you're going to use a VLOOKUP, okay, the same way you've used VLOOKUP to decide the price depending on what's being displayed in your list box. Because you have to remember that behind the list box is a value, okay, exactly the same as what's being displayed there. So if you wanted to use option buttons, you could use them in conjunction with a VLOOKUP to display a value, okay, based on your option buttons. Now, where you use those in your spreadsheet, whether you use option buttons or tick boxes, that's entirely up to you. Okay. One other thing that you're going to need to use, one other feature you're going to use, is what's called a spinner. So there's a spinner, okay, being used there to increase the number of years of shed insurance. And again, you're going to have to think of something to use a spinner with. Could be the number of helmets required if you're hiring bikes out. If you're doing pet insurance, it could be the number of years of pet insurance. Okay, if you're doing beauty treatments, it could be the number of beauty treatments for your pet that's required, whatever it might be. And again, insert menu, okay, spin button, format control, linked cell, but this time we need to display, okay, a minimum value, a maximum value, and an incremental change. So every time we press the button, how much will it increase by? Alright, and it will display a value in our linked cell. And a simple formula then that multiplies, okay, F22, which is the link cell for the spinner, okay, by G20, which is the price for shed insurance. So there's a nice easy way, okay, to include a number of different features and formula of Excel and cover lots of criteria.